All right, it is now time for the final regular season matchup show of the week as we talk about playoffs. But first, the final Week 14 regular season results.
We don't care.
We start
for the viewers out there. Ernie has a daughter.
Oh,
just for the viewers.
Also, our
okay.
commissioner has contracted COVID.
Okay. That is not true.
So if he dies, Ernie is the
That is
commissioner.
not true. I had COVID at one point and was
remember,
not
if
sick
he
at all
dies-
because the
just
disease
remember,
is
that
not
could get
even
our
good.
money.
Because the
Just remember, if he
disease is
dies,
not
we
even
have
good.
no way
to get the money.
Report him to the
Exactly.
FBI for stealing our
So
money.
you guys
He's
should be
gonna die
happy
from
that
COVID.
the one time I got COVID in the past, I didn't even get sick to have a chance to die. So your money is fine.
We need a hot.
But anyways, Bill absolutely raped me last week. As expected, his team popped off once again without Jonathan Taylor. Still scored 173 points. Looking by far like the best team in the league going into the playoffs. Definitely the favorite in my eyes as he has the #1 bye. 12-2. Congrats to Bill. Although that did put me to 7-7, I still did make the playoffs in the final spot because Zach falls to slaps in a kind of wide open 79.88 points for Zach's team. The biggest matchup of the year for Zach, and his team lets him down tremendously. He made all kinds of moves to try to win the final week, and he could not do it. Scary Terry with a goose egg. Jamar Chase was not having any points until the final couple drives of the game when then he popped up. But it didn't even matter because Taylor Heineke let him down as well with only 7.8. Who's ever echoing needs to move their thing away. Meanwhile, on Slap side, solid performance. Dalvin Cook got him started on Thursday night to a huge start. Justin Herbert, Cordell Patterson had good, and basically that was all Slaps needed was his running backs to pop off and his quarterback to pop off. The rest of his team did ass, but it didn't even matter. It was still good enough to beat Zach's horrible performance. Zach, first time in many years that you have missed the playoffs in the main league. Any comments or thoughts about this season or your team now that you're on the beach?
It hurts.
Yeah,
but
we're sipping on Corona.
We've seen recently in UFC fights, if Amanda Nunes can lose, anything can happen. So this is.
Doesn't Amanda Nunes win championships though?
This is
Can I get live odds on when Zach will go bankrupt? Setting.
Oh wow.
I would say within the month.
Fly with me.
Okay, well, Slaps sends you to the beach. Slaps, you have come back strong. You finished.
So he has no chance.
You finished 6-8. Okay, no. You finished 6-8. Solid, respectable record. You honestly miss out of the playoffs by one game, which nobody would have expected after starting 0-7.
Great job, Slaps.
Any comments on your great comeback to the season and taking another victim to the beach?
Come fly with me, let's float down to
Okay,
Cancun.
anyway, I would also like to say that my team plays Slaps again in the consolation bracket.
Okay, well, nobody cares.
I have something to say regarding this matchup.
Nobody cares about this.
I
Of course you do,
I
pussy.
have one thing to say too.
I'll give everyone a comment on Zach missing the playoffs. Go ahead.
I would like to comment on this.
I'm very popular.
I would like to issue a public apology to my good friend Slaps.
Wow.
I have been cruel and, for the most part, rude to you this entire season.
Okay.
It is no longer please kick Slaps. I'm very proud of the effort he made.
Okay, so who are you focusing your attention on now to get kicked? Because we all know there's somebody. Oh, that's
There's one person in question as he is currently displaying some very sketchy, sort of things, and that man sleeps into about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and works at FedEx some days.
Oh, whoa, you want Ernie to be kicked? Well, listen, that notion has been brought up many times, and a few times have been successful, so you might have a chance.
I want it to be made clear, I do not want him kicked. I want his position evaluated as he
position in what?
Lies.
He's in the league. What other position does he have?
Lies and
all right. Well, how about this, pussy? Next year, when it's Reyes 2022 versus me, you know who to vote for then. then.
I
so
think I'm still
continue
voting
on.
Reyes. So I'm gonna be honest. I
Okay.
trust him
Well,
more
fuck
than
you
this.
then. All right,
You
never
what?
mind. Moving on. Pook.
Anyway,
Your
can I
comments.
not get a proper comment
Okay,
on
go
my
ahead. I thought you
Slaps,
did.
you go first.
Slaps,
You
who's
go
first?
first.
Anyway,
Slaps.
all I'm saying is, I obviously had one of the. What is it? The worst start? Is it confirmed
Yes.
as being the worst start?
Yes, you outdid Pete of last year.
Oh
Congratulations.
yeah.
So 0-7 start to then
Yes.
go 6-1 to close out the
Yes.
year.
Very impressive.
I just want to clarify
Somebody's
that I've also
mic is
attended
ass.
every single show.
Clemke's.
Just to also clarify that. Just want everyone to know that the British guy's been in every show this year.
Yes,
Yep.
I will give you
Um,
credit for that as well. Thank you
Yeah,
and
more
for
shows than Hunter.
participating and
You know.
attending. Even when
Thank
you
you,
were
Slaps.
0-7. There is
League
not
M-
many
league M-
people in this
league
league
MVP,
that would have done
league
that.
MVP.
League
Hell,
MVP.
half the
Let's
league
get this guy a round
quit
of
the
applause,
show
everybody.
after they
Round
lost
of
a couple in a
applause.
row. So congrats, Slaps.
Thank you.
Yes, and better
See you
luck
next
next
year, pal.
year. We'll see you back here
Slaps,
next year with your
I-
team.
I would
Hopefully, the married
also-
life doesn't screw you over fantasy wise.
I
I
hope
would
not. I
also
hope
like
not.
to thank you for joining
I don't
every
know.
show.
Slaps might
as
be a
you
little
have
busy
helped,
next year during the shows.
Yeah.
improve my rankings every week. Made it fun. Thank you very much.
I wanna make a
Slaps,
comment
we'll
that
say a
Yes,
prayer.
Pook. Go ahead.
if Zach didn't make a big deal about Graham Gano and Harrison Butker,
Ooh.
he would currently be in the playoffs instead
Yeah.
of Matt.
Zach, your comments to that
That
point.
one
What was it? What was
action-
it? Point. Was it point three
he-
loss to Matt, or what was
yeah,
it?
because Gano
Yeah,
scored
your
three more
comments
than,
to that
or
possibly.
Butker scored 3 more
I,
than
I
Gano.
would say that's the reason you missed the playoffs, but it technically isn't because
It-
I overtook you in points 4. So
No,
you
no,
still...
because Matt would have lost, and Matt would have been 6-0.
Oh,
and he would've
yes.
been 7-7. It is the direct reason why he's not in the playoffs right now.
Yes, that is okay. Yes, good point. I forgot it was Matt. So yeah, Zach, your
The AIDS
comments to
bites
that.
him in the ass. Finally.
Shut up, Pusa.
Your comments to your managerial decision being the reason you missed the playoffs this year.
Even Sir Alex Ferguson has had some bad moments.
Okay.
That fucking pussy
Even
bitch.
Bill Belichick.
May he
has
burn in
Even
hell.
Jurgen Klopp
May
has some
he
bad
burn in hell,
moments.
Sir Alex Ferguson. He's not even a sir in my eyes. That pussy
Whoa.
bitch.
He's not even
Okay.
dead yet, is he?
Yeah, he's not even dead.
No.
He's at all the United games and watches them be ass.
May he burn
Thinks
in
about
hell.
coming back.
That's messed up, Pusa.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments on Zach missing the playoffs?
It's funny.
It's funny. Wow. Okay.
We're gonna enjoy
Yeah,
funny
with
as you
so much
think
cheese,
he's dead
yeah,
last
Gonna
in
enjoy
the
a few
league.
beers.
He's got
Don't worry.
3 Coronas for life on me being on the
Wow.
beach.
You've been there a
as my-
while,
as
so
my
you've
ginger
had it all
friends,
ready
yeah.
for him.
Nah, this is a
Yep,
private
launch
beach.
her
Zach's
and-
not allowed.
Ooh.
What was the last time?
Oh,
Zach
just
made
like the betting
playoffs?
chat, I'm with
Was
that
it
What?
last
too.
year?
What
Yeah,
zombie?
Maybe.
What was the last time you made the playoffs?
He's
Last
made the
year?
playoffs like the last 2 years or 3 years.
I didn't make the
No,
It's
playoffs.
been like
I've-
4 years in a row.
I've
God, these
beaten him in the
injuries are
playoffs the
piling
last
up.
2 years.
God
Exactly.
damn.
He's made it at least the last 2, maybe even the last 3.
My king got
So
hurt.
that
It's
can't
been
be
3, at least maybe 4.
Meanwhile, moving on to the other big matchup of someone that has not made the playoffs the past 2 years, Pussy, 4-10 this year as he gets destroyed by Zombie. Zombie cements his playoff spot, moves to 7-7 with a big win. So that 3-peat still has a chance. It's still alive, and when we look at the playoff bracket, it actually looks a little decent for him to
It is
possibly
inevitable.
make it all the way, possibly. But we'll talk about that in a second. But meanwhile, Pussy. As we talked about already, 2 straight years of ass performances from your numbers and your team. Any comments to end the season?
I
Any
would like you
thoughts?
to scroll down to the bottom where it says IR and take a look at that position.
Oh, so you're saying
And
Derrick
I have
Henry
no
is
other
the
comment.
reason. Okay.
No other
I
comment.
mean, you still have pretty decent running backs.
I will say
you
next
know.
year there will not be
Oh, yeah?
any bias towards my hearts. My heart will be
Oh.
going out the window.
So
and I
you
will
won't be
following
taking Nick
again.
Chubb.
I will be following again, just for the people out there, my numbers, because I believe in my
Okay.
numbers.
Wait, I thought
I
you said
have a
last
question, I have
week
a
you were
question, I
throwing
have a
your numbers
question, I
out
have
the
a
I
window.
like Bill's numbers.
I have a question. Why did your numbers tell you to get rid of Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, and Jonathan Taylor?
And Debo
And
Samuel.
Debo Samuel.
And Debo.
You know what?
Jesus.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
'cause Pussy, have a look at my BJ's team that I'm the number 2 seed, and
Hold
I
up, where are
have
you?
2 players on it, Cooper Kupp and Debo Samuel. And maybe if you still had them on your team this year, you
Yeah,
would be
you
in the
know,
playoffs right now.
Yeah, if I didn't trade my team, like Cheese pointed out, going back
Week
to like week
4.
5, week 4.
Week 4,
yeah.
you had Henry, Taylor, Kupp, Debo, Boyd, Jamal Williams, and Tony Pollard.
Yep.
And you threw that all away.
Yep, threw it in the fucking trash.
Yeah, you're gonna keep those numbers for next year. All right, pussy. Well, we'll see you next year to miss the
No, I'm
playoffs
gonna
for
draft a
3
lot
straight
better,
years
and
in a row.
You'll see him in the
So
championship game next year versus
I'm sure we will.
probably. Here's the prediction: it's me versus Cheese next year.
Can,
the two
can
giant
I
fans
say
rise
you
from
might?
the
Can I
dead.
say you might just want to
Rise from
focus
the
on
dead.
getting to the playoffs before you
There's
worry
a-
about
Three
the
peat is inevitable for
championship game?
There's a 10,001 chance of that happening.
Yeah, I mean, you
I'll
got to
take
make the
Hey, you wanna
playoffs
give
to
me
make it
10,001
to the
there? You wanna
championship
get
game.
I'll put
No.
a dollar down on 10,001.
All right.
There's a
Meanwhile,
minimum
Zombie, your
$2,000
comments,
deposit for that.
pretty decent comeback for you, Zombie. I'll give you credit. You were looking kind of bleak at 5-7 to make the playoffs, and you rolled off 2 big wins against Hunter and then Pussy to get in. Any comments on your possible chance of winning it all this season? The
Yeah, you
team definitely
motherfuckers-
doesn't look good enough, in my opinion, but then again, you didn't have running backs last year, so.
You motherfuckers always count me out, and you're a bunch of FFFs. Especially Pook. That guy's the biggest FFF
What?
of them all.
Here, you want to know the 2 reasons why I
who's your
don't think your
FFF?
team is good enough,
He
Zombie?
went from Slaps trade raped me to get Cup to wow, I can't believe Slaps gave Zombie
That
Cup.
is true. That is
I
true.
didn't
You
say
guys-
trade.
Yeah.
rate. I said Slaps got trade
Everyone
rate when I
always
said so.
F-
When that
everyone
happened.
always does that.
Look,
They
Zombie,
say I
just
got
get-
trade raped.
Yeah,
and
a
then
lot
they're
of
like, "Wait,
people
I
did
can't believe
think that
someone
didn't
a
say
lot
you
of
trade
people
rate
did
for-
think
No, I
that
said you
Slaps got the
trade
better
rate for a
end.
different trade.
Anyways, Zombie, the reason I don't think your team's gonna win it all is because your Buffalo stack is not as good as the Chiefs stacks of previous years. Number 1, and number 2, your running backs are worse, I
What?
think,
Josh
than
Allen's
last
literally
year.
the number 1 quarterback.
So I don't
Okay, but
think.
He's
if
not
they
the
have a
number
bad
one
week, you're
quarterback.
done.
I
You're
don't
done.
think.
Yeah.
If you
I
have a
don't
bad
think
week, you're
this
literally
is
done.
the same type of stack that as your Chiefs stacks that are
And he
going to win
plays
you
New England
the whole
next
thing.
week.
So I don't think it's going to work for you, but we'll see what happens. At least you made it, so you still have the chance for the 3-peat. All right. And then looking at another important game, we had Tyler versus Pook, as Pook cements his spot with a 126-118 win over Tyler to get to 7-7, makes it as the 5 seed. Although, good, decent comeback for Pook as his team has been on and off. He's dealt with quite a few injuries and some issues. Definitely a team that could win it all this year, but we'll see what happens. Pook,
I
any
need my hero
comments?
to come back.
Yeah, well, he ain't coming back, so because he faked his
Yes, he is.
vaccination card. So good
That's
luck with
fake
that.
news.
Uh,
That's
At
just
least
a
he's
salty
vaccinated.
breath.
He is now. He wasn't when he told the NFL originally, but anyways. Pook, any comments on your season, your chances going into the playoffs?
I would have feel a lot better if one person was starting the quarterback he's been sucking off the entire fucking year.
Yes, that is true. We'll
Instead
talk
of
about that in a minute when we get to the
A
preview.
different one.
Yep. Okay. All right. And another season where Tyler, first season back into the league after not playing last year. 5-9 for Tyler. Not a great year as he drafted, in a lot of people's opinions, very poorly, not taking a running back until like God knows what round, and then made horrible trades after having a decent start to the year. The trades really completely fucked his team over and sent his team into a horrible spiral to get to 5-9. Very similar to Pussy's season, where he starts out decent and then trades away
All right,
all
that's all the
his
time
good
I have
players.
for. Thank you, audience.
Yeah,
I will be
okay.
back next season. Thank you very
Any
much. Hey,
anybody
have
have
a
any
good night.
comments on Tyler Poop's season this year?
Yeah, I think
I
Pook's
can
got a
tell
good
you
comeback,
that
but
I can
injuries
tell
are
you that nobody's trusting Tyler's numbers after this.
No, those are dumb.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see next year what he does in the draft. I'll be curious to see if he goes off of not taking running backs again, or if he changes his draft strategy next year. I'm assuming it will matter depending on what
Remember when
draft
you said
spot he
Hopkins
has.
was a top 5 player?
I mean,
Yeah, but he traded away Hopkins, so apparently he
Yeah, that's
didn't
fair.
think that. But yeah, rough season for Tyler. I mean, I think some people in this league wanted him back because of his honest and fair trading, and some people made some deals with him and made out off of it. So I'd say for some people, Zach, that it almost worked if Zach would have made the playoffs. But Zach, any
Unlucky,
comment on your
Tyler.
boy Tyler's season as he's with the beach at you
He'll be
with the
back
beach?
strong next
Oh,
year,
he
just
will?
like me. I'm predicting a 1-2 playoff season picture for me and Tyler.
Okay.
You want to
sure.
bet on that?
Yeah, sure. All right, and then moving on to the other matchup of the week. This one kind of didn't really matter. It was just for seeding purposes, as both these teams were in the playoffs. Pretty much, Ernie gets a big win though, 147 for his team. Has a great week. Moves to 8-6, gets the number 3 seed. Ernie with the number 3 seed. Got to give him credit for that. Matt falls to 7-7, but does have the 4 seed. Matt did start some questionable players this final week to give Ernie the win, basically, but he still scored 111. Not bad. Cam Newton is going to be the big debate coming up in the playoffs, as Pook already touched on. We'll see who he plays. As he's already been spewing in the chat, he's going to be not starting Cam because of Matt Rule, which makes no sense. If it's your guy, go ahead and start him because he's still going to play most likely. So it's not like he's totally benched. So that just tells me that Matt knows Cam Newton is not that good, and he's going to be only there for maybe goal line situations because he's ass. But anyways, Ernie, on the other hand, strong team heading into playoffs. I like his chances. He does get Zombie in the first round, so we'll see if he can get past him and send Zombie out of the playoffs. But a decent, solid team that, if it gets hot, could make some noise in the playoffs for Ernie. But a big comeback for Ernie to finally make the playoffs after missing it so many years and being kicked, and as Tyler said, the clown of the league. But the clown of the league makes the playoffs, so you got to give him credit for that. Anybody have any comments on Matt or Tyler's season as they're both heading to the playoffs?
You mean Ernie?
Or sorry, yeah, Ernie or
no comments on Ernie because that was expected.
Oh, okay.
I
don't think it was expected. When
It
we show the predictions for the playoffs, it was not expected.
I went and double checked mine.
It was not expected.
One ginger fucker.
Those will be on the award show. We will go over those when I give the prize award.
Everyone else was good.
Who does Ernie love more, the child he doesn't want to claim, or Justin Jefferson?
What the
oh my god. I would probably say Justin Jefferson.
Jesus.
Damn. Okay. All right, and then the final matchup, which had really no meaning at all. Hunter, in a surprising fashion, loses to Cheese. So a good final win for Cheese to end his season on somewhat of a high note, although he did still finish
Great job,
in
Cheese.
last place in the league, and will be
Bill
paying.
And Hunter somehow. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
go ahead.
That's your only highlight of your season.
We should
give
Cheese an extra
right
one for that. I put Poos in last place.
Yeah. Well, Cheese, don't worry. At least Slaps is not in the playoffs, so you don't have to worry about sending shipping all the way over there. But you will be paying the shipping for the trophy, so when we order that to the winner, I will send you the bill for that, so don't worry.
Yeah, my team was like just the team of underperforming idiots. Yep, I'm going to go with that.
Okay, well,
shut up, Cheese.
I would say you made progress
Zach,
off of...
Zach, is that you I see on the beach next to me?
Ooh.
The same outcome?
Ooh, okay.
Cheese, if I win the title, I want you to hand deliver it to my house.
Oh.
No, I'm not getting shot.
Cheese next year.
Whoa!
I live in the middle of
shot. Whoa!
I would like someone to hand deliver mine next year, if that would be alright.
Yeah.
All right, Slaps, here's what we'll do. I'll put it in a bottle and put the bottle in the ocean, and we'll see if it gets to you.
Okay. Well, Cheese, despite finishing in dead last, I will still say that you did have a slight improvement off of your first season last year. Although it wasn't any really better result and you were in dead last,
Look,
I do think your team overall was better than your team you had last year. So that's why I was saying that.
Okay, a lot of injuries combined with everybody underperforming.
Let's not talk about injuries.
Yeah, everybody has. You can't use injuries. Everybody besides Hunter has injuries. Okay.
Mahomes being terrible directly lost me like 3 weeks. Mahomes being absolutely atrocious.
Next year, don't draft Mahomes.
We don't care.
I'm just saying it's combination, okay?
Everybody has bad parts of the year. I mean, at the end of the day, you should have traded Mahomes after he got off to a decent start or something.
You should have traded Mahomes and
But
Moore.
no, who would do that? No one would do that. That's the point.
Or DJ Moore. Sell high, buy low.
Zombie definitely would have taken Mahomes.
No, I'm saying, why would you ever sell Mahomes if he's having a normal start? Is what I'm saying.
Well, no, you shouldn't, but... DJ Moore, on the other hand, you could have sold him really high.
Cordell Patterson
with Darnold.
I mean, you were trusting Sam Darnold to have a full year of really good play. Like, that seems a little iffy in my eyes. But anyways, GG's to Hunter. The biggest surprise, I would say, of the year is Hunter getting the second seed, 11-3. Especially because he was so inactive and basically didn't wasn't involved much. So the fact that he drafted the team he drafted, he got fortunate with a few of his draft picks in the later rounds, like Fournette and stuff, becoming beasts. But
He
overall,
traded for Fournette.
he traded for Fournette. Well, then that's a
I
very good
traded
trade.
him for it.
In like
Okay,
week 2 or
well,
something,
in week
right? It was,
2,
like,
that
super
his
early.
one of his few trades he made was very good. So overall, very solid team. Definitely could win it all. Wouldn't shock me at all. But we'll see what happens. The only thing, like we've talked about before, is he has a very stacked team. So we'll see if he plays the right guys each playoff week to get him the wins to win the whole thing. So we'll see what happens with that. But looking at the final standings to wrap it all up for this season, as this was the first year with the 14 game season and the 7 teams making the playoffs, we had Bill 12-2, top of the league. Hunter, like we said, 11-3. Ernie 8-6, and then 4 teams all in the final 4 spots, all at 7-7. I'll get the final 4. Matt, Pook, Zombie, and myself. I think overall, based on the records, obviously the best teams all got in. This kind of the year where there was no 6-8 team that makes it, so at least everyone was 500 or better. So it's kind of good in that retrospect. So overall, I think pretty solid season. Very close standings the whole year, really, with only having 2 top teams and then everyone else being pretty close in the record. Pretty fair amount. Points for wise, let's see who got fucked
I had more
here.
points than Tyler.
So
That's one.
Pussy had 10 more points than me and didn't make the playoffs, so a little unlucky to him. But other than that, I had more points than everyone else that didn't make the playoffs.
Pusa had 10 more points than you, but had
Yes.
the same amount of losses as Cheese. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, that means
Pusa, comments on
he
that?
He
left
left.
already. He
Oh,
made his
left? Are you
comments and
kidding
left.
me? That's-
As
that's-
far as points
that's all those
against
Derrick Henry
goes,
points. That's really all it is, man.
Matt by far the most points against, which came mainly at the beginning of his season when he was getting unlucky scoring a lot. He did also though have what is it, the second most points for? Yeah, so that's what overcomes it. You may have to face a ton of points. I mean, we had a lot of people like Cheese and stuff talking about how unlucky they get.
Well, at the
Slaps
beginning, yeah.
having to face so many high point totals, but the way to combat that is do what Matt did: score almost just as much, and then you'll still make it in. So credit to Matt on that. Other than that, it was Pussy and myself, the next 2. Pussy didn't make the playoffs. I barely got in, so that's unfortunate there. Slaps 4th, Cheese. So some teams that didn't make the playoffs, but once again, they had way less points for than what they faced. So kind of evens out in that retrospect. But Zombie, as it was chronicled before, Zombie and Bill and Ernie, all with very low points against, and all in the playoffs with pretty good seed spots. So congrats on being the most lucky, not having to face the most points against.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay.
That's literally what
Zombie,
it is.
that's probably why you made the playoffs, in all honesty. So, anyways, looking at the playoff bracket, as the playoffs will start this upcoming week, Bill with the team with the bye having the number 1 seed, he will play in the next round the winner of Pook versus Matt. Then we have in the bottom half of the bracket, which in my opinion is slightly the easier part of the bracket, as I think Pook's team is coming on once he gets his people back from injury, and I think Matt's team is very good and very solid. And then, of course, Bill, I think, is the best team in the league. So I think that top side is a little bit more loaded. Ernie's team, though, is very good. Zombie's team is very good. Hunter's team is very good, but they could all be inconsistent. So who knows
What
what's
about
going to
your
happen.
team?
My team, I think, is average. I think my team was a lot better at the start of the year, but I have players.
Well, because you had McCaffrey.
I have Well, yeah, but I had DK Metcalf, who was doing a lot better. So my team is very inconsistent, way more than the rest of the teams in the playoffs. So I'm going to need some players like Devontae Smith to show up. I'm going to need DK Metcalf to get his shit together to have any chance. If my wide receivers do what they've done the past 4 weeks, I will lose to Hunter in the first round. All right, so looking at the 3 matchups for this upcoming week, we'll start, like I said, with myself versus Hunter. And they have the projections in here right now. Hunter projected to win pretty handedly, 128 to 112.9. Obviously, the one time we played this year, it was a 121 to 117 win for me. So I'm hoping to replicate that in this week and knock Hunter out in a surprising fashion. I have Stafford versus Seattle, Clyde Edwards-Helaire against the Chargers. I like that matchup. Hubbard against Buffalo, not the best. DK Metcalf against the Rams. We'll see what happens with that. CD against the Giants. Mark Andrews against Green Bay. Devontae Smith against Washington, and the Bills versus Carolina on defense. On Hunter's side, he's got Prescott against the Giants. Prescott's been a little inconsistent, but it is the Giants, so I'm sure he'll do fine. Najee Harris against Tennessee. Fournette, as long as he plays, he's questionable against the Saints. Tyreek Hill against the Chargers. Godwin against the Saints. Clocklin against Chicago. And T. Higgins right now in his flex. He's questionable against Denver. And Jacksonville against Houston. I don't know about that, but both those teams are ass, so either it'll be low scoring or it could be high scoring in that matchup of ass teams. I don't know. I don't think I have a great chance to beat Hunter because his team is definitely better than mine. But I like a few of my matchups. I like the fact that Hill has to face the Chargers, whose pass defense has been pretty decent this year. It's the rush defense that hasn't. Prescott's been a little shaky. Fournette, a little banged up against the Saints, who don't give up a ton. Harris against Tennessee. He's got some difficult matchups. Maybe he starts the wrong flex guy. Right now he's got Higgins in there. I mean, if you look at his bench, he's got Marquise Brown on the bench. He's got Connor, who's questionable, so he could still make a change. Right, he's going with Conklin and over Fant, so we'll see if he chooses the right guys. But he's definitely the clear favorite, but hopefully I can pull the upset off like I did in week 5. But good luck to Hunter. We'll see what happens with that. Zach, who are you taking in this first playoff matchup?
No shot. Golfer loses.
No shot I lose, huh?
No shot.
Are you trying to jinx me or?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
Hunter's team is trash.
Okay. Okay. I wouldn't go that far, but all right. Slaps.
I'm going with Hunter.
Hunter, okay. Pook.
I'm going with Hunter.
Hunter, all right. Zombie.
Let's go golfer. Fuck Hunter.
Wow. So in your interest, you want me to win. That's honestly respectable, because then you would play me next week. That's a more favorable matchup probably for you, although I did kick your ass 3 weeks ago. So
Golfer's always trying to ride this underdog.
I mean, look at my team,
Jesus.
Zach. According to ESPN, I am the underdog pretty heavily. So it's not a ride.
Every
it's
week,
the truth.
every week, you're like, oh my god,
It's
you
the
know what, your
truth.
team is better, but you know I could pull it off.
I
maybe
mean,
if I get
last
lucky,
week Bill's
blah,
team
blah,
was
blah.
better. Last week Bill's team was better, was it not?
No, I'm going with Golfer. I'm switching I just looked at the defenses, and you're starting the Bills against Carolina.
Yeah, that is good.
And Hunter's starting Jacksonville.
I mean,
Holy
Zach,
shit.
if you just didn't want Hunter to lose and you looked at the two rosters, his roster has definitely better players at the moment.
He's starting
than mine.
Jacksonville defense.
Okay, it's a defense. I'm not talking about defenses. I'm about players
Whoa.
overall.
I almost lost because the Chiefs defense fucked me
Wait,
last week.
who knows? Maybe the Jacksonville defense might want to kick some guys in the head.
Yeah, okay. Well, they'll get personal foul penalties then, so that'll be fine. They'll move
They
the
might
ball.
want to kick their own head
Yeah.
coach.
All right, Cheese.
Nice guy called Hunter. You know, in difficult matchups, so much better team.
Okay, fair enough.
Although Mandrews could pop off again, we'll see.
Yeah, I need him to after last week. I need DK Metcalf to pop off
Yeah,
as
but
well.
I don't like. I feel like CEH, Chubb, and DK just combined for like 3 points or something.
Okay,
Really bad.
for 3 points.
Okay, like they could combine for like 15 to 20. Not like
Okay.
you know, it could be very low compared to what they're supposed to.
That's more respectable of a combine. They could, but you know, DK Metcalf is a talented receiver, so he needs to break out at some point. Hopefully, it's this week. I need it badly. All right, moving on to the second playoff matchup. This is the top half of the bracket. The winner of this plays Bill, coming off the bye. We have Matt versus Pook, and currently Matt only has Cam Newton in his lineup, of course, because, you know, it's Matt, and he's got to be AIDS like that. Pook, 113. Right now is his projected score. He has Jalen Hurts against Washington, Kamara against Tampa Bay, Swift against Arizona, Waddle against the Jets. It's a great matchup there. Ayuk against Atlanta should be pretty decent as he's been coming on. Kelsey against the Chargers. Thursday night is a big game for a lot of these playoff matchups as a lot of people have Chiefs and Chargers players. Michael Carter coming off of IR against Miami and the Buccaneers defense against the Saints and Taysom Hill. Matt's side, he's most likely going to have what? You know what? Let's do this real quick.
You're starting Wilson.
Let's
just
do
14.
this. Let's do this real quick.
I think he was projected for like 120 before he took everyone
I'm
out.
projected for 113, but Swift is projected for nothing.
So let's say, he's saying he's starting Wilson because of Matt Rule. So we'll put him in there.
Eckler and
Patriots
Eckler
defense because he always plays
Well,
him. It will be
Yes,
Eckler.
Chief.
Right? Eckler's going
Javonte.
to play.
He's starting
Javonte
and Aaron
Pittman.
Jones.
and Aaron Jones.
Mike Evans.
And then Gronkowski.
I think he started Mike Evans and Amari Cooper. I don't think he started Pittman.
Really?
Yeah,
because
no,
of
I
New
think
England.
he put Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he put Cooper in.
Okay. All right.
And then Matt Gay.
Then Matt Gay.
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
No, he's starting Houston's defense, not New England.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, they're playing Jacksonville. Yeah, I remember looking at his
Okay.
team.
Well, I'm not going to go back and change that. I don't
Okay.
care enough to go back and do all that.
Yeah, you were projected
for
like
different
120.
points. So right now he is projected for the slim favorite in the week. Obviously, week 5 when they played as well, Matt won pretty handedly by a wide margin. So we'll see if Pook can turn it around.
Damn, you got destroyed that week.
Yeah, because Lamar went off in that
and he
game.
no longer has Lamar, and he's not starting Cam. He's starting Wilson most likely. So I think in this matchup, I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. I could see it being like a 150 to 140 type matchup. And as long as Matt doesn't put in Cam Newton, and I like Matt's trio of running backs he's got, and Gronkowski's been a beast. I think I like Matt slightly to score just a little bit more than Pook, although I think both teams will pop off. And I do think both these teams are a threat to Bill. So no matter which team wins, I do think Bill has a tough first matchup for him in the playoffs and could knock him out. But I'm going to take Matt, but in a close one. Zach?
Matt.
Okay.
Matt would beat anybody
Ooh.
with starting Cam.
Okay, but he's not starting Cam.
If he starts Cam, he will win.
Okay, but he's not. He already said today he's not, so you're saying Pook's going to win then.
Oh, hell no. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying starting Cam will be a good move, and he'll still win.
Okay. I would agree. I think he should start Cam as well. I mean, he's rode the whole season. He started Cam as soon as he was on a team. I mean, just because you don't like the coach's use of him, he's still using him. So that's kind of a bailout to not start him. All right, Slaps?
Matt.
Matt, okay. Zombie?
Listen, it is not Pook hate week anymore, but that doesn't mean we're picking Pook.
Of course. Never would.
We are going with our boy, Matt Thomas.
Okay. Matt definitely wants that crack at Bill as he is ready to end Bill's season, as he was talking today. Cheese.
I'm going with Pook.
Pook, okay.
Eckler could, they're not going to push him too hard. I don't like Aaron Jones matchup. But Pook needs to start wide receiver 2.
If Swift doesn't play, it's between him and Osborne. I'm not sure.
Oh, Van Jefferson? Yeah,
well,
Van
OBJ
Jefferson
is
on the
COVID.
bench.
He's starting wide receiver 2.
Yeah, but KJ Osborne is against the Bears.
That is a good point. Pook does have some options on the bench if some of these guys come back, so maybe he starts the wrong guy. He's already a couple times this year started the wrong defense. The wrong quarterback against me. So maybe he makes the wrong choice this year and it costs him in the playoffs. We'll see.
You gotta stick with wide receiver 2.
Who are you starting and are you gonna win? Earth the Pook?
Jesus.
Lose him?
Wait, he's starting Swift? I thought. Oh.
Well, he's gonna move him if move Carter.
Did Pook leave the party?
Oh, he's here. All right, well, We'll come back to it.
Jesus. Poop.
Okay, that was bad timing, right as I went to him. Moving on to the final playoff matchup. As we said, on the bottom half of the bracket, winner of this plays the winner of me and Hunter. We have Zombie versus Ernie in a battle of the Mexican giants in fantasy. 7-7 versus 8-6. Right now, Zombie projected with a slim margin. Hello, Pook, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, your comments are on your matchup versus Matt. Are you going to beat him?
If I start the right wide receiver, I will.
Yeah, okay, that's what we were saying. I don't know if you heard because you were connecting.
I heard after he said wide receiver too. After Cheese said wide
Okay,
receiver.
we were saying you have some options, so it's about starting the right ones. So, look, all right. Like I said, Ernie and Zombie. Zombie predicted for about a 2-point advantage, so close matchup here. Ernie beat Zombie pretty handedly, 130 to 104 in week 4. So we'll see if Ernie can repeat that. This would be a major win for Ernie. Not only is it a congrats to him for making the playoffs, but if he can actually advance in the playoffs and knock off the 2-time back-to-back champion, would be huge for Ernie. Zombie has Josh Allen against Carolina. Dontrell Hilliard against Pittsburgh. Chase Edmonds coming back from IR against Detroit. It's a good matchup. We'll see how they use him. Diggs against Carolina, Cooper Kupp against Seattle, Dawson Knox against Carolina, and Debo's Skinny D against Atlanta, and the Cardinals defense against the Lions. That's a great matchup there. So some decent matchups and decent players. On Ernie's side, he's got Rodgers against Baltimore, Elliott against the Giants, who he has been thinking about benching this week, I thought he said the other night. So we'll see if he does that. Well, he won't be doing that for Kareem Hunt, but he said Dearness. He was thinking about starting him for Dearness.
I guess he
If
wants,
he does that, I'm gonna get that out right now. If he starts
I'm picking
Dearness,
Zombie.
I'm taking Zombie in a
No,
landslide.
I think he wants. I think he thinks Chubb will get COVID like everyone else.
Okay, well, if that happens, I still
Why
would
would
start
you even
Zeke
start
over
him
Dearness.
with all their linemen out?
I would still. I don't care who's playing for the Browns. I would still start Zeke over Dearness. David Montgomery against Minnesota. Justin Jefferson against Chicago. Renfro against Cleveland, who's been big for Ernie. Pitts against San Francisco. And Mike Williams, Zombie's boy, against Kansas City. So everybody has some big-time players for Thursday night matchup this week. So it'll
How
be an
ironic would it be
interesting
if Mike
one.
Williams ended Zombie?
That would be pretty crazy. I mean, I'm pretty sure Mike Williams popped off against Zombie on their previous matchup this season. But let's see here. I like a lot of Zombies matchups a little bit more than Ernie's. I think Buffalo facing Carolina this week will get Buffalo back on track. It's a big game for Buffalo as they need to win to keep in that playoff position. So I do think they'll have an easier time scoring than their past 2 weeks. And even then, they still put up some points, even though it was kind of rough games for them. And Cooper Kupp's a beast. I think Debo will have a decent game against Atlanta. So I think Zombie Stars will put him over the top against Ernie. Ernie's solid team overall. I could see Ernie still scoring 130 points, but I just think Zombie's team is going to have about a 150, 160 pop-off game with some of his matchups and his players that he has in those favorable matchups. So I'm going to take Zombie to move on and keep the 3-peat alive into the next round. Zach, who's winning?
This one is going to be a tie.
A tie.
Yep.
Okay, so then
And
who's
then
advancing?
some type of tiebreaker will finish it.
Okay, but you're not going to predict who wins the tiebreaker?
What's the tiebreaker?
For the playoffs, that's a good question. What is the tiebreaker for the playoffs?
We're not going to get that far. Doesn't
Does
matter.
anybody know? Just for shits and giggles, let me look.
Ooh.
Playoff matchup tiebreakers. If there's a tie in playoff matchup in a standard league, the higher seed team will advance.
Really, that's kind of lame.
No, in league manager. Are we in a league manager league? What does that mean?
Hold on. Playoffs.
No, playoffs.
Well, that's seeding.
Yeah, I see that.
You can change that though. You can change the tiebreaker to
But
whatever
that's
you want.
seeding. That's not
I
the
don't think you
matchup.
can.
It's too late to change that now. All right, well, we'll see what happens. It ain't going to be a tie anyways, but we'll
be
see.
a tie.
We'll see what happens. All right, Slaps, who's winning? Hello, Slaps?
Oh, sorry. Who is it? Who am I voting on here?
It's Ernie and Zombie.
I am going to go with Zombie.
Okay. Pook.
It might not be Pook Hate Week anymore. It is Zombie Hate Week. I will be going with Ernie.
Okay. Not surprised by that at all. Cheese.
I'm taking Ernie.
Wow, you're
Because-
taking Ernie. Okay.
Because I feel like you're limiting yourself with Knox and Diggs.
Okay.
What?
I mean, they've both been going off though. Kind
Yeah,
of.
but like
Knox does look good since he's come back.
say Josh Allen has a down week, you losing points at two positions.
Yeah, but they're playing Carolina this week.
Also, Chase Edmonds has been injured for like 2 months, so he's not going to do much. And I don't know who Dontrell Hilliard is.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Fair enough. All right. All right, Zombie. Ernie didn't send me any comments, so I'm sure he'll be talking his shit this week.
Wow.
I'm sure he'll be talking his shit this week. But your thoughts on your three-peat still going to be alive after this week against Ernie?
Yes, and most certainly is. Pook said, wow, Pook said it's Zombie Hate Week. That means he's saying it's Mexican Hate Week. Wow,
Ooh.
that's
well,
racist.
clearly
Wow.
not. He's
No,
supporting
because I'm
Ernie.
not. Yeah, I'm
That is true. He is
Okay,
supporting the
Jussie
Mexican.
Smollett, calm down.
Whoa. That's your
Whoa.
boy, Cheese. What do you mean?
No, it's
Whoa.
not.
That is your boy. I
Whoa.
guarantee you
No.
when this news came out originally, you were probably supporting him.
Okay.
Listen, I hate to have to knock out a fellow Mexican in Ernesto,
Yeah.
but my boy Hero Allen and my boy Fat D gonna go off.
What, no Cooper
Ernie
Cup?
needs his money
Your
from
true
kids.
boy, the white man Cooper Cup? No comments for him, huh? He's the
that
one
was-
that's been carrying.
That was just a given
If
already.
Zombie wins, I'm
okay.
saying it's tainted because Slaps gifted him Cup.
Oh,
Oh,
In fairness, he
okay.
gave me Dalvin Cook and AJ Brown for
yeah.
him, so
Yeah. I mean, Dalvin Cook helped Slaps this week knock Zach out.
Okay, the injury report is ready.
Okay, perfect. We're about to go to it. All
There's
right,
no
so
graphics, but the
Zombie, you're
report is
moving
ready.
on, huh? All righty. All right, so that is the predictions for the playoffs first round this week. Good luck to everyone that is involved. Best of luck to everyone to move on. Good luck to Hunter in my matchup. Hopefully we can knock him off, and we'll see what happens. Reminder, we will have a final show after the final where we will give out our awards, give out some prizes, and talk about the winning matchup and who is crowned the winner of this season's
And
fantasy.
trophy, I will have to send to somebody.
Yeah, yes, you'll pay for the shipping. All right, Cheese.
I
Are
have no
you
graphics
live?
for today.
No graphics. Oh my God.
Okay,
Jeez.
at least I have it ready. Okay.
Oh
Jesus.
my
So
God.
once again, Hunter is our leader in injury, having no injuries. So the last injury rankings took place at week 9, the conclusion of week 9. So this encapsulates weeks 10 through 14. Since then, Hollywood
Wait, did
Brown
you
has
add them all up?
I added them all up.
Okay.
Hollywood Brown has missed 1 week. I don't
Okay.
think he had any other injuries. So he is now 2 weeks of injuries.
Well, you had the DAC that you counted in the last
Are you
segment.
counting
Yeah,
suspensions
I'm combining
as
them.
injuries?
He now
Yeah.
throughout the whole season. He now has 2 weeks.
So he
You
had
can't,
two
you can't
two
count
two
suspensions.
players.
The guy's suspended.
I count suspensions. Suspended.
Yeah, suspension is
count.
a miss the game.
Missed weeks. Any missed weeks.
That's
And it is a
misconduct. The guy's
player
trash.
you
can't-
are
you
expecting
can't-
to play.
So that's the least amount. The second least amount
This is
would
an
be
injury
Matt.
report.
Shut
Not a
up,
delinquent
Matt.
report.
Okay.
Matt has had 8 weeks now in total.
Okay.
Newly added to his 6 weeks were Aaron Jones missed a week and Corey Davis missed a week.
Okay.
Adding to his existing. And then third is Bill.
Okay. No surprise.
Bill had Julio Jones missed 3 more weeks. Melvin Gordon
That's
missed a
not a
week.
surprise.
And Pollard, who I'm counting because he's actually useful, missed a week as
Yeah.
well.
Okay. So
At
pretty even.
fourth is a tie with Ernie and Tyler at 16.
Okay.
I gotta scroll down here. Ernie had Kareem Hunt miss 5 weeks, but no one else, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Tyler had a lot. Tyler had Moss missed 2 weeks. Balder missed 2 weeks. Sanders missed 4 more weeks. Tyler missed 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And Moore missed a week.
Okay. So it kind of
the
explains
16.
his downhill over the past
And then
5 weeks.
we have a three-way tie at 4-way tie. Sorry, at 5. Golfer, Pook, and Zombie all had 19.
Yikes.
So Zombie had Ronald Jones miss a week. Chris Carson.
Ronald
he-
Jones.
I'm counting.
Didn't he just pick him up this week?
Ronald
Well-
Jones doesn't count.
Okay, fine.
Are you
Well,
counting if
Jesus.
people are inactive but they're healthy, or they just don't play in general?
I'm counting
No.
people who don't play unless you knowingly picked up an injured person, waiting for them
Well,
to.
being inactive is
Okay,
different than not
I
playing.
understand how you're counting it. I'm just saying you can't count Ronald Jones. You just
Okay,
picked him up
whatever.
off the free agent market.
Okay,
This
18 then. He's at 18. Chris Carson, he acquired him, I think.
Yes, yeah.
And he
Okay.
missed 2 weeks while he was in. And then he got rid of him. And then
Yeah.
I guess he dropped him. Jamal Williams missed a week. Marlon Mack missed a week. Mick Nichols missed a week. Jeff Wilson, 1. Chase
Exactly. I've
Edmonds,
had the
2.
most injuries.
And Higbee,
That's
2.
kind of May because
You're
Marlon
miles
Mack is
off.
ass.
You're
Marlon Mack.
miles
No,
off.
we're not even close. Okay, golfer,
Mack is ass.
McCaffrey increased to 7 weeks total.
Jesus.
McCaffrey is worth more than every single
I agree.
injury of
McCaffrey
Zombie.
should be worth like
CEH
3 times.
CEH increased to 5 total weeks. Chuba missed a week. A-Rob missed 3 weeks. And CD missed 1 week.
Yeah, the CD one
Musa
hurt me.
had
Man.
Lamar miss a week. D-Hop missed 3. Latavius Murray missed a week. Damian Harris missed a week. Claypool had 1. Darrell Henderson had 2 missed. And J.D. McKissick had 2 missed. And Pook had Kamara missed 4. His hero was suspended for 5 weeks, I think.
Lol.
Or he missed 5
Well,
weeks.
No,
injured and then
he's-
suspended.
He's
Since week
missed
9.
seven
So
weeks total.
Well, this is
he must have already been
since week
suspended.
9.
Okay. Dan Arnold had a week. I'm counting that he's a decent tight end. Michael Carter with 3. Ingram with 2.
Whoa.
Swift with 2. And Jalen Hurts with 1. So he moves from like
Yeah.
7 weeks to 19. Oh, and Thielen. Thielen was
Yeah. But he just traded
and
for
then we had me at 23 weeks. 6. I had Tony go up to 4 weeks. Chubb missed a week. Hunter Henry, and then Hawkinson, so not really much there. Zach went up to 24. He had Skinny Debo miss 4 in total. The $100 man is up to 4.
Debo missed 4.
Logan Thomas has missed 6. Edmonds missed 2. He had Ricky Seals-Jones miss 1, and Jamal Williams missed 1.
Michael
And
Thomas.
then finally,
Oh
Slaps
my
is up
God,
to
we're not counting
38.
him anymore.
How are you gonna count Antonio Clown Brown?
Okay,
Who gets
Slaps
suspended,
up to
but no one
38.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Debo
gotta.
only missed 1 game. What?
I have him as 4. Like I have him as 4.
He missed Seattle.
Yeah,
That's
but this
the
is
only game he didn't play.
combined the whole
The
year.
only game this season
Really?
he did not play was against Seattle.
Okay, well Zach is
Jesus.
down to then 20, which is still.
Okay.
Put it up to
Uh,
32
so
with
this-
Mike Thomas.
All right,
this whole
Slaps
year.
we're up to 38, but that's if I don't know if we want to count Will Fuller since he didn't play at all really. Um,
I mean,
How are you gonna
he
count
might have
Will
been able
Fuller,
to
but not
play.
Mike Thomas?
Sterling
Jesus.
Shepard is up to 5. Devontae Parker is 6. Cordell missed 1, and then he had AJ Brown for 3 missed games. Cook he had 1 missed game under Slaps, and then Keenan Allen missed 1. So
All right.
as we can
Alright.
see, once again, Hunter.
Hunter
he
and
is like,
Bill.
He is like
both
he's living in a
with some of
hospital,
the
like
least.
the best hospital in the world,
Yep.
the best healthcare over
So
there.
just kind of to wrap it up, the teams with the least injuries usually do the best in the league. That's usually how it goes. So, but next year, don't draft injured players. Hence why I will not be drafting McCaffrey next year.
And
And
I
I
will say
don't
that
care what
Tyler
round he's in.
is one of the worst. Tyler is one of the worst teams that had the least amount of injuries.
Oh, okay.
I'm just,
Yeah.
statistically.
Remember at the beginning of the year, Zach was trying to spook me by saying you weren't gonna pick him because of injury concerns.
Yeah, well, next
You
year if
should've
he
followed
says that,
advice.
next year if he says that to you, Pook, you believe him because it's not. It ain't
Yeah,
gonna be
next
no
year,
spook next year.
every running back got injured, so I don't know who you would pick.
Dude,
Next
Jonathan
year,
Taylor.
I am taking the running backs at the bottom.
I guess Najee.
Of
Did
the
Najee miss any
drafts.
games? I guess he's kind of.
Najee's been fine.
Yeah,
Jeez, why
he's
you
like
use
the
his
only
name
one.
like that? That's racist. Just
Oh.
because it's a weird name and he's black. Najee.
Najee,
No,
that
how
is-
do you say it then?
That's
How do
kind
you
of
say it?
white of
Najee?
you to say it like that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's
Oh
what
my
you
Jeez.
God.
you
It's
say.
Najee.
Najee.
Just Najee. man.
Whoa! Did
Oh,
you
okay.
just say Najee?
Jesus.
Whoa!
Okay,
How
all
was
right.
that?
Thank you, Cheese, for
It's
that
like Steve
segment
Kerr's
without
name. Jesus.
any graphs.
That's okay.
What is Stephen Kerr's son's name again, Zach?
Stop. Can we actually the
okay.
golfer say it so we can record it on the on the show?
Whoa, Steve Kerr's son, Nick Kerr. All right.
At
All
BJ.
right.
There's enough of a pause
Okay, Zach.
Yeah, he wouldn't dare say it without the pause.
This
on
is the show of no graphics. Since Cheese didn't put no graphics together,
Oh.
I didn't put no graphics together for you two because you gave me. I literally had to ask you for the rankings later on today because you didn't send them to me early enough. So
Okay.
take it away, Zach, for your segment.
So, on this segment, once again, we have no graphics. This is like the
Once
third
again,
week
you mean?
without graphics.
What do you mean? I put graphics together the last 2 weeks.
That Not 3 weeks in a row, dickhead. This
Huh?
is just the third overall week with no graphics, and that will be reflected in the end of season
Are you?
tip.
I need to check on that. I think it's only been 2 weeks.
Anyway, so I sent the list, and at the very bottom of the list, I said, do a graphic of all of us at the beach. That is last
Yes.
place this week.
Don't worry, I will have that for you on the final show.
And then at number 7, we have.
Would you like to
Pook.
remind everyone who's at the beach?
27.
7.
Oh.
7, we have Pook because there's absolutely no way he's winning this league.
Ooh, okay.
This guy is gonna get bounced in the first round. It's gonna be embarrassing for him.
Okay.
Number 6, we have Bill, another person with just no shot at winning the league. The only person,
Okay.
the only reason he's not at 7 right now is because he lucked into a bye week, so he doesn't have to lose this week.
So I would be
Okay.
6 if Bill didn't have a bye.
Well, he doesn't have a bye, so who knows?
Yeah. Good point.
But he does have
Number
a bye.
5, we have Zombie. The only thing that's inevitable is you losing to my boy Ernie in the first round.
Ooh.
I hope you're not expecting a
That
three-peat.
is a great comment
Wow.
there.
Wait, didn't you predict a tie in that matchup?
And then there will be a tiebreaker of some sort.
Oh, where Ernie wins. Okay.
Number 4, with a very outside, slim chance to win it, Hunter.
Hmm.
The guy has an okay team, but he doesn't know how to manage it.
That is
So
kind of true.
he's lucked his way into the playoffs.
But maybe Matt finally starts DMing him this week on who to play. Who knows?
Oh,
And
shit.
my third best chance to win the whole thing is my good friend Matt.
Ooh.
He has a solid squad, and I believe Cam can lead him all the way.
Okay.
Number
top
2,
two.
we have Golfer. If McCaffrey comes back, then anything is
Oh,
possible.
McCaffrey's not coming back, so.
Oh no, he's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, you might want to lower me in the rankings though.
Oh no, don't worry. You got the cup. You got Chuba.
Okay. Hey, I mean, he did get a touchdown once Cam Newton got out of the game, so.
And
true.
number 1, my favorite to win the whole thing is my boy Ernesto. He's got that
Wow.
father power in him. He's doing it for the kids.
For
And
the
number
kids.
1A
He
is
needs
the
that
Switch
money.
Chat without Zach.
He needs
No
that
way he
1,000.
loses
He
this,
needs
my
that
boy.
$1,000 to help with the
Yeah,
kids'
just
funds.
parlay it and lose.
Help with the kids' funds. Buy them some fucking Christmas
No.
gifts. Because he has no money with the parlays.
Good luck.
Oh my god.
boy.
Okay. All right. Good luck to everyone this week. Good luck to everyone in the Final Four next week after. We'll see what happens, and we will see you back here after the final for the final show of the year and the awards segment.